I'm Klaas Fleischmann and I welcome you to New Business Models Tutorial 1.1. NBM is a first-year bachelor course on business model generation, business design, tools and accounting 101 practices. This first tutorial will give you an introduction to this creative discipline that has become one of the major business languages next to accounting over the last 10 years and is rapidly replacing marketing at the C-suite level. So why is this course so important? According to McKinsey, creativity and business design will become as important as accounting. At CB, we train creatives to understand that language, so they are able to translate boardroom strategies via good business design to the practical communication and media solutions for the different channels. And I'm sure some of you might even become the next chief creative officers. So after this course, you will understand the different types of entrepreneurship within international creative business, the business models within today's international creative business realm, the basic principles of balance sheet, profit and loss, cash flow, accounting 101, and the concept of value capturing. In the Introduction to Creative Business course, you learn how to analyze the value chain that is required to bring the product or service from conception through intermediary phases of production and delivery to consumers. In this course, the focus lies on the question how to capture value in return for that creativity and delivery in terms of revenue streams and cost structures in order to reach break-even or make a profit. So why are business models so relevant today? Do you remember the definition of marketing? It is a process by which brands create value for customers, build strong relationship with customers and capture value from customers in return. Albeit there are similarities between the two realms, both disciplines start from the customer perspective, and central to both is the value proposition, the promise to be delivered to customers. Marketing differs from this design thinking in that it focuses on finding product market fit, PMF. That is, to segment the market based on marketing research to make products and services that serve these groups in the best possible way, with the main goal of selling these products. Business design, on the other hand, focuses on real understanding of the individual behaviors and problems, tasks, jobs to be done, and journeys in daily lives, based on observations and authentic questioning of these individuals, in order to find so-called problem-solution fit, PSF, to make individual users adopt the solution. Thus, the main objective of business design is finding scale or growth. Therefore, business model innovation is simply the next phase in the evolution of innovation thinking, starting with improving commodities, through improving the marketing processes, to redesigning the entire business model, as can be seen on the slide. Who doesn't know successful companies and organizations as Amazon, Apple, Pixar and Netflix, who successfully adopted business model innovation and business model design to become super successful? What is business model generation and design? Business model design is a disciplined approach to searching, identifying and capturing value. The starting point is your own individual viewpoint. And then it goes via a double loop from understanding to ideation, via prototyping to validation, and back to your viewpoint. Since this is an introduction, this course focuses on the understanding part, and thus zooms in on the company's DNA, that is, finding a complete understanding of the world the brand does business in. In other words, we start mapping and designing the business model through a tool called the Business Model Canvas. The literature to this course is Business Model Generation from Osterwalder and Pigneur. Their company, Strategizer, offers an online platform. Platform.strategizer.com. Let's log into this particular platform. As you can see, Strategizer offers a platform, and all the different phases of design thinking are being covered on that particular platform. As explained, in this particular course, we focus on the understanding phase of the business model. So on this particular phase right here, the canvases. As you can see on the left side, you're able to create as many projects as possible as you want. So what I did, I created a business model canvas for this particular tutorial. A business model is a simple map of the way the business creates, delivers, and captures value. As you can see, in this particular business model canvas, the colors represent the value creation part, the value delivery part, and the value capturing part of the business model. Starting with the value creation part of the business model, as you can see in the color orange, we start from the building block. We call these different elements building block customer segments. The customer segment, if you want to know more about the customer segment definition, if you click on the title of this particular building block, you arrive in a page that gives you a lot of information on how to define that particular business model. And more importantly, the questions that you need to ask yourself. So for example, in the in the building block customer segments, you ask yourself the question, for whom are we creating value? Who are the most important customers, clients, or users? To create a sticky note, you simply click on one of the building blocks, you arrive at a sticky note, and you fill in the particular information that you think is important to remember on this particular building block. If you click on the building block, on the sticky note, you'll arrive in a screen where you can choose the colors, but you can also add extra information based on your analysis on the understanding of the business model that you want to keep track of and that you want to use in the future to maybe even redesign the business model. You can attach files, you can do experiments. All the phases, again, of the business design process are being covered here. You can add a description, etc., etc. As you can see, there is a logical following order in the building blocks. We start with customer segments, through value propositions, the customer relationships and the channels. We move over to the key activities of the business model. We describe the key partnerships and the key resources in the value delivery part of the business model. And then we move to the foundation of the business model, the value capturing building blocks, which are revenue stream and cost structure. Let's have a closer look at the 9 building blocks. Starting with customer segments, you ask yourself the question, what are the top 3 segments in terms of revenue? In the value proposition building block, you ask yourself the question, what is the job you get done for your customers? And the question, what are your products and services? In the customer relationship building block, you ask the question, what kind of relationship does the company wants to have or have with the customers? In the last building block of the value creation part of the business model canvas, you need to ask the question, how do you communicate with your customers? And how do you distribute the value? Moving over to the value delivery part of the business model, starting with key activities, you asked the question, what does the business have to do every day to run the model? In the key partnerships building block, the main question is, what is the list of partners that you can't do business without? Please note, do not mention suppliers here, for the services and products from the suppliers are key resources to the company. In key resources, you ask the question, what are the people, knowledge, means, and money in terms of investment the business needs to run? Finally, in the value capturing part, value capturing means, is there a potential in the business model to actually make a profit? You ask yourself the question in the revenue stream building block, what are the top 3 revenue streams? Note, these top 3 revenue streams need to be tightly aligned with the top 3 segments. Finally, looking at the cost structure, the main question is, what is the list of top 3 costs by looking at activities and resources? There needs to be tight alignment between key activities and the cost and resources and the cost structure. Once more, a business model is a simple map of the way the business creates, delivers, and captures value. Or, as Gassman poses, a business model provides a holistic picture of how a company creates and captures value by defining the who, the what, the how, and the why of a business. A business model canvas is a strategic management template. It is a visual chart, and it assists firms in aligning their activities by illustrating potential trade-offs. For example, when I was working at Vodafone, management used the business model canvas to communicate the strategy to us as to make sure that we were working on the right tasks that are aligned with the strategy of the business. The business model canvas was initially proposed by Alexander Osterwalder. To re-emphasize once more, in this course we focus on value capturing. A business model helps organizations to realize the economic value of their product, services, business, and/or technology. Once organizations understand this, they can see how to do business in a way in which the company can generate revenue and make a profit. So by now, you know the definition of business model design, you know the definition of a business model canvas, and you know the 9 building blocks of the business model canvas. If you have more questions, please do not hesitate to ask them in your online sessions later this week. So far, the introduction to business model design. In the next tutorials, I will focus on all the building blocks individually, how to apply them, to select case studies, and how to show the value capture potential of these case studies. So see you soon. Thank you.